Hello everyone, Christina Fredrickson here with Together We Heal. Today we're going to be doing a trauma-informed series. So we're going to do a little bit of meditation when we warm up. We're going to do some asana with a lot of hip and heart openers, some sun salutations, and then we're going to end with a shavasana with a really deep meditation. I'm really excited about today. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to sit in easy pose. Whatever is comfortable for you. If you can't sit in easy pose, then you can go ahead and extend your legs out. Now remember, with all of the trauma-informed series, this is only what you want to do, what you feel comfortable doing. I'm just guiding the class for you. So don't feel like you have to do these things. And at any time during the sun salutations, you can always go down to child pose and then just do some breathing. So this is kind of your practice. So I would like to begin in a seated position. You can go ahead and touch your fingers. And so when I'm going through the drum, because I'm actually going to play the panda drum while you guys are doing this exercise. So I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. And then I want you to also hold your thumb and your middle finger touching together. And I just want you to start doing some box breathing so we can calm you down. This could be the end of the day, beginning of the day for you. So when I mean box breathing, what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in for 4, hold it for 4, breathe out for 4, hold it for 4, breathe in for 4, hold it for 4, breathe out for 4, hold it for 4. So I want you guys to continue that pattern. And then during this time when you're breathing, I want you to really focus on the breathing, the sound, and set your intentions for the practice today. So while you're doing that, just keep your eyes shut. I'm going to play some music for you. So I want everybody to take 3 more box breaths. So I'm going to go ahead and put the panda drum to the side. We'll do it at the end too. Okay, and now we're going to start with our warm-up. So with our warm-up, we're going to move into tabletop. So you're going to go ahead and be on your hands and knees, your back straight. Downward dog. Excuse me. So now that we're into tabletop, we are going to do some cat and cow. So you're going to inhale, look up to the sky, exhale, Inhale. Exhale. I want you to keep doing that about 10 more times. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can go ahead and sit in the hero's pose, just like this. Remember, this is your practice. There's nothing that you have to do. It's just what you want to do, what your body's telling you to do. So I'm going to come up back to tabletop for our last couple breaths. And then from here, we're just going to go up into a downward dog. We're going to take our right foot and we're going to plant it in between our hands. And we're going to drop our left knee. And we're going to come up into a low lunge. We're going to put our shoulders back. We're just going to take 5 breaths here. And from this position, we're going to straighten our right leg and kind of come into a half split. If you need blocks, please use them. So you're going to put blocks right on the side, and you're going to keep your back straight. You're just going to lean into it until you feel the stretch in your hamstring. We're going to breathe here for 5. And then I want you to, on the inhale, go back into the low lunge. Make sure your core is engaged. On the exhale, come back into the half split. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split. One more. Inhale. Exhale, half split. And from this position, we're going to take our right foot back and bring our left foot forward. We're going to go into a low lunge. And here, we're just going to breathe for 5 breaths. Make sure your core is engaged. Your shoulders stay away from your ears. You can kind of turn your pinkies in towards each other. Put our hands back down on those blocks. And then we're going to go into a half split. And we're going to hold this for 5 breaths. All right, and from this position, on our next inhale, you're going to inhale back up to that low lunge. And then you're going to exhale back to that forward fold split. And then inhale back to the low lunge. Exhale back to the half split. Inhale. Exhale, half split. And inhale one more time. Exhale, half split. And then from this position, we're actually going to go back into a seated position. So we're going to go into the easy pose. So go ahead and set your blocks aside for right now. And then from the easy pose, we are going to do
some seated side stretches with our arms. So go ahead and get really, really tall. Make sure there's a string coming from the crown of your head to the ceiling. Shoulders are down, core is engaged. You can feel all this energy coming up through your chakras. And then from this position, we're going to take our left hand and put our right hand down and sweep it over on the inhale. We're going to do 5 breaths here. And then we're going to put our left hand down, inhale our right arm over. 5 breaths here. And then from this position, we're going to just alternate. So you're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Just make sure you're sitting up tall and you're keeping that core engaged. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. And then from here, we're going to do shoulder rolls going forward while we're breathing. And then backwards. And from here, we're going to take an inhale up to the sky. Bring your hands down to heart center. And then we're going to take a quick drink of water and we're going to go into our standing series where it's going to get a little warmer in here. All right, we're in the standing series. I'm just going to put my hands to my heart center because I just want to give you about 30 seconds to get some water before we get started because we're going to be doing some sun salutations. We're going to do some warm-up sun salutations, Sun Salutation A, and then we're going to go into using the sun salutations with hip openers, heart openers, and then some warrior sequences, phases. So hopefully you got your water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me move through the practice. And then we're going to start. So I want you to start in Tadasana. So Tadasana, for you guys to see me forward this way. Hands are going to come out. Your feet are going to be anchored into the ground. The weight distributed. And you're also going to have your feet 2 fists apart. That way we're really stable, we're balanced during these sun salutations. So from here, now I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me go through the flow. The first time we go through, we'll go just a little bit slow because we're still in that warm-up process. So what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, we're going to exhale, swan dive down, inhale, halfway lift, exhale. We're going to go into a chaturanga, but this first one you can do on your knees. Inhale to an up dog, exhale to a down dog, and then inhale, jump or step forward. I say step forward just because we're warming up. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold, and then inhale all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, so second one, I'm gonna go a little bit quicker. So inhale, exhale, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, chaturanga, inhale, up dog or cobra, exhale, downward dog, look forward, jump or step, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold, inhale, hands up to the sky, exhale, hands to heart center. All right, so we should feel a little bit more warmed up. So I want you to do, now we're gonna actually do the 3. And I want you to do it at your own pace. At any time, if you don't feel comfortable doing any of it, go ahead and go into either downward dog or child's pose, and then just catch up with us when you feel like you're ready. So 3 at your own pace, and try to use the inhaling and exhaling where I'm at in the series, because that's part of the yoga experience, is your pranayama, your breath. So inhale, exhale, 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 inhale, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold, inhale, exhale, one more, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, chaturanga, inhale, downward dog, forward step or jump, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold, inhale, hands to the sky, exhale, hands to heart center. So we should all feel warm after that. So go ahead and take a sip of water. And then we're going to move on, and we're going to add to those sun salutations with the warrior sequence. So I'll go slow on the first time. And we know we have to do everything on the same sides in yoga. So we're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale the down dog. And then we're going to take our right leg, put it up to the sky, open up your hip, take a couple breaths here. I'm going to extend it back up and then bring it knee to nose, extend it back, and then you're going to bring it up to right foot, and then you're going to inhale up to warrior one, and then you're going to exhale to warrior two, and then you're going to reverse warrior, windmill your arms down, into a chaturanga. Inhale, exhale, down dog. Left leg comes up, open up your hip. 2 breaths here. Goes back up to the sky. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, back up. Inhale, step through. Coming up into a warrior one. Exhale into a warrior two. Inhale to reverse the warrior. Windmill down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Now we got 5 breaths here. And then we're going to go through 3 of those sun salutations, adding in the warrior. 1, 2, and then the reverse warrior. Or you can stay here for longer. And like I said earlier, if this is a pose that you don't feel comfortable in, you can come back to the hero's pose. And from the hero's pose, I'll demonstrate that one on the next one. So we all should be at our last breath. But in the downward dog, if you want to come down to this position, do your resting and breathing, that's great too. So from here, we're going to go back into down dog. We're going to lift our right leg up, Open up our hip, 2 breaths. Right leg goes back up to the sky, knee to nose, back up to the sky. Bring your foot up to your right hand. We're gonna go into warrior 1. Exhale into warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior, windmill your hands down. Chaturanga. And then exhale into down dog. Left foot comes up. Go ahead and open up your hip. 2 breaths. Left leg goes back up. Knee to nose. Back up. Step your left foot forward. And then you're going to go into warrior 1. Exhale into warrior 2. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Exhale one more down with a chaturanga. Inhale up dog. Exhale down dog. Take a couple breaths here. We got 2 more of these before we move on to our other series. All right, so inhale up your right leg. Open up your hip. Go ahead and put your right leg back up. Knee to nose. Make sure you're bracing your core. Right leg back up. Step through. Going into warrior 1. Inhaling. Exhaling to warrior 2. Inhaling to reverse your warrior. Exhaling one more windmill down. And chaturanga. Inhale, dog. Exhale, down dog. Your left leg goes up. Open up your hip. Left leg goes back up. Knee to nose. Left leg goes back up. And then you're going to put your left leg forward. And you're going to go into warrior 1. Exhale into warrior 2. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill your hands down into a chaturanga. And then exhale, down dog. And you can breathe here for 5 breaths. We got 1 more round here. Or you can come down into a child's pose. Massage your third eye. Get a drink of water. Whatever feels right for your body. All right, so 1 more of the Sun Salutation A with your warrior sequences. So we're gonna go back to down dog. Inhale, right foot. Open up your hip. Inhale up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale into that warrior. And inhale into the warrior 1. Exhale into warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg goes up. Open up your hip. Inhale your leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to the sky. Step forward towards your hand. Inhale to warrior 1. Make sure shoulders are down away from your ears. Exhale into warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Windmill down. Exhale into chaturanga. Inhale to downward dog. Exhale, child's pose. So we should feel really warm now. Just massage your third eye center. Get some water if you want. Whew, I'm already breathing heavy. All right, so we're gonna move on to using our Sun Salutation A like we have been, but instead of the warrior poses, we're going to do some hip openers. Hip openers are great to release trauma. So that's why I picked them for today. So when we're ready, if you still need a little bit more time to breathe, child's pose or downward dog, we're going to go back in to downward dog. And then we're going to look, step forward, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold. And right here, we're going to go ahead and grab both of our elbows, just kind of rock back and forth. Then we're going to inhale all the way up and exhale, hands to heart center. So we're back at the top of our Sun Salutations and into our hip opener series. So we're going to inhale up, exhale, forward fold, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, chaturanga, inhale, and then exhale, downward dog. And then from here, we are going to go into a crescent lunge. So we're going to take our right foot up into the air, step forward. Difference between warrior one and crescent lunge is the way your back foot is. You've got to scoot forward so you can see that. So this is crescent lunge, warrior one. Crescent lunge, warrior one. So we're in a crescent lunge right here. Just going to take a couple breaths. And then from here, we're going to pivot our feet into a 5-point star, and then we're going to go into a goddess pose, just squatting down. You can have your hands here, you can have your hands back up here, a couple breaths here. And then from this position, we're going to go back up into a side angle. Couple breaths here. Come back up. We're going to go into reverse warrior just to get us back down. Windmill the hands. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Left foot goes up. Step forward into a crescent lunge. You can see my feet. Inhale up to a crescent lunge. Couple breaths here. And I'm going to turn back to face the room, but we're going ahead and line our feet up to a 5-point star and come into a goddess pose. And then we're going to go into a side angle stretch. A couple breaths there. Then we're going to reverse our warrior, windmill down. Into a chaturanga, up dog, down dog. We got 5 breaths here. And we only have 2 more times through this section. Like I said, if you need a break at any time, feel free to go into child's pose. Join us when you're ready. One more breath. On your next inhale, your right leg goes up. Exhale, you go into crescent lunge. Inhale. And then you're going to exhale into that 5-point star. And then inhale into goddess. And then you're going to exhale and inhale into side angle. And we're going to reverse our warrior. Windmill our hands down. Chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Lift your left leg up. Step through into crescent lunge. Gonna go ahead and exhale into that 5-point star. Inhale, exhale down into a goddess pose. And then we're going to inhale over to our side angle. I have to switch our feet just a little bit around, like there in Warrior 1 and Warrior 2. We're going to inhale, reverse the warrior, exhale down. With the chaturanga, inhale, exhale to downward dog. So inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step it through into a crescent lunge. Go ahead and pivot to that 5-point star. Exhale into goddess pose. And now we're just going to do some isolation work for a couple breaths. Keeping our core engaged, our glutes engaged, those hips open. From here, we're going to move our feet into that side angle stretch. We're going to the sky. 2 breaths here. We're going to exhale, reverse that warrior. Inhale, exhale, down to chaturanga. Inhale, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, inhale to crescent lunge. Pivot our back feet, exhale into 5-point star. Inhale. On your next exhale, we're gonna go into goddess pose. And then we have some more little pulses. Make sure you keep your chest back, shoulders down away from your ears. The lower you go, the more you'll engage those glutes. Keep your core tight. We got 10 more. Woo, burning legs. We're going to pivot our feet, go into a side angle stretch. 2 breaths. Going to reverse our warrior, windmill our hands down. Chaturanga, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Child's pose. Whew. Just gonna stay in child's pose just until we get our heart rates back down. We have one more Sun Salutation series with heart openers. And then we'll go into a cool down. And then we'll go into Shavasana, where I'm going to lead you through a deep meditation. So go ahead and grab a drink of water. Okay. So when you're ready, join me into a down dog. We're going to inhale our right foot. We're going to come back into a crescent lunge. Inhale, but we're going to open our chest. Exhale, open that chest, that heart. Engage your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Inhale, exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, exhale, cactus arms. One more time, inhale, exhale, cactus arms. And from here, we're gonna just go back down to the mat, to a chaturanga, up dog, down dog. We're gonna lift our left foot up, step through into that crescent lunge. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together and breathe. Really open up that heart. Put your chest to the sky. We're gonna inhale, exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, exhale, cactus arms. One more inhale, exhale, cactus arms. Go back down into chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Child's pose. From here, we're going into a standing balancing series. Then we're going to go into a cool down, and then we'll go into the Shavasana meditation. So from here, I want you to go into down dog. I want you to look forward, step or hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale all the way up. Or inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then I'm going to go ahead and face you during the standing series. So the first one that we have is dancer. So with dancer, actually I might have to turn to the side for this one too. We are going to put all of our weight on our right foot. Make sure it's distributed. Your toes are open. They're really grounded into the floor. We're going to take our left leg and we're going to put it into the palm of our left hand with our thumb pointing up. And you can either stay here if you'd like, or you can join me. And what you're going to do is you're going to kick, 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 kick until you can't kick anymore. Find a spot in the middle of the room and just focus on that spot and breathe. Okay, we're halfway there. So during this time, if you want to go ahead and kick your foot up higher. Eventually we want to kick our foot over our head. 2 more breaths. Come back down, shake out that right leg. Whew, because mine was shaking a little bit. So I know yours is probably shaking. We're going to switch to the other side. So this side's a little bit harder for me to get my hand on my foot. It's just going to take me maybe an extra 2 seconds because that's where I had my knee injury. So same thing, you're going to go ahead and grab your right foot with the palm of your hand. Make sure your thumb is pointed up. And when you're ready, go ahead and kick out. Left hand goes up. Find that same point you were looking at. And then just breathe. Halfway there. If you fall out, just come back in. If this is too hard, come back to here. 2 more breaths. Try to kick up as far as you can for the last 2 breaths. Challenge yourself. All right, come back down. We're going to shake that leg out. Woo! Then I'm going to turn forward because the next one that we have in the standing series is the tree pose. So with the tree pose, we're going to inhale up, exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to put our weight on our right foot. Go ahead and take your left foot and you can either kick stand here on your calf. That's where I stay. For some of you, you might be able to hold it in here. For some of you, you might even be able to come into this position. But I hold mine at my calf. We're just going to hold it and breathe here. Shoulders stay away from your ears. Core is engaged, legs are strong. Halfway there. One more breath. Go ahead and put your Left foot down, come back into Tadasana, shake out your right leg. Right foot goes down. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. And then put your right on your left foot. Make sure it's all evenly distributed. You're grounded into the mat. You can go ahead and kickstand your right foot. You can stay here. You can join me on the calf. You can come up into the thigh of your legs. You don't ever want to be on your knee, on your joints. So I'm going to stay on my calf. I'm just going to breathe. Sometimes I'll fall out even too. So if you fall out, just come back into the pose. Try to focus on something right in front of you at eye level in the room. Halfway there. And sometimes our bodies might be different some days. Some days you might lose balance, some days you might. So just give yourself grace and gratitude. All right, we're gonna come back out into Tadasana. We're gonna inhale, exhale, hands to heart center, and then we're gonna go into a half moon. So we're gonna grab your blocks. So you wanna put the block down. I'm gonna turn sideways for you guys. So I'm in Tadasana. I'm gonna put my weight on my right foot. I'm gonna exhale down, use the block if I want. Lift up my left arm. You can bring the block down more, give you more stabilization. And eventually, you wanna open up your chest and look up to your hand. Just breathe. A couple more breaths here. You're gonna exhale your feet together. You're gonna inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're gonna switch sides. You can move that block to your left side. And then we're going to head and put our weight on our right side, or left side, excuse me. And then we're going to go ahead and come down, make sure your core is engaged. Go ahead and put your hand up. Sometimes you're gonna feel balance is easier on one side than the other. For me, sometimes balance is different. Sometimes on the right side it's fine, and the next day it will be fine on the left side. A couple more breaths here. All right, go ahead and put your feet together. We're gonna inhale into a chair pose. A couple breaths here. Go ahead and get deeper if you can. If you need to stay here, just engage your glutes to get back up, your core. A couple more breaths. And then slowly, slowly come up. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. I'm gonna turn forward with grace and gratitude. Thank yourself for your standing practice and all the sun salutations we did today. And grab some water, and now we're gonna move into the cool down. So for the cool down, I'd like you guys to join me in tabletop. Grab a sip of water first. All right. We're going to stay in tabletop. Do some cat-cows again. Inhale. Exhale. Just gonna try to calm the body down now from all the work that we did. Same thing if you guys don't feel comfortable on a tabletop, go ahead and sit in a hero's pose. I can't sit all the way back on my heels because of my knee injury, so I use these blocks to sit into a hero pose. And then even from this hero pose, or easy pose, you can work on the cat-cows too. So wherever you feel comfortable in your practice, that's where I want you to be. Remember, there's no competition. There's nothing that you have to do. I'm just here to guide you through this practice today. And then from this position, we're going to go up into down dog. And we're going to take our right leg up and we're going to bring it through into pigeon. For some of you, you might not be as flexible, so you can take this block and put it right underneath your right glute. And then sit up on that. Breathe. If you want a little more, you can stay in that position. Or you can come down here and breathe. From this position, if you even want a little more, you can pull your foot back towards you. Stretch that left hip flexor and quadricep muscle. Just breathe wherever you're at. You could be in the regular pigeon pose. You could be lying forward in the pigeon pose. You could be here with me. And then wherever you're at, once you take one more breath, and I want you to come back down into the pigeon pose where you're on the floor. If you can't be, if not, you can still sit up. Got a couple breaths here. We're going to go into a downward dog, and we're going to switch sides. So you might have to move your block just a little bit. Go ahead and move your left leg up. Back down into that block. It's like a little mini look up at the sky, engage your core. A couple breaths here. On your next exhale, you're going to go down. Couple breaths here. You can stay here. If you want, you can join me. Reach back for your right foot. Push it towards you. Get a little additional stretch on your right hip flexor and your right quadricep. On your next exhale, I want you to meet us back down into that pigeon with your forearms on the ground. A couple more breaths here. And we're going to go back into that downward dog. We're going to move our block away. From this position, some of you might be able to do a jump through. I brought these to give myself just a little bit more room so I can practice my jump throughs. You can also use blocks to practice this. So on a jump through, you're an upward dog, and then you're just gonna jump through into your seated position. I didn't make that look pretty. Everybody's at their own level. And so from here, I'm going to turn facing you guys. And then we're going to go into a bridge pose. And then from a bridge pose, we're going to practice a wheel pose. And then from that, we're going to do a supine bound angle pose. And then supine twist. And then we'll go into our savasana. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the bridge pose. So to do that, you go ahead and place your feet on the mat. Go ahead and slowly come down. From this position, you can scoot your shoulders in. push through your feet, engage your core, bring up your bottom and get your heart lifted. We're just gonna breathe. One more breath. And on the exhale, we're gonna lower back down. And then we're just gonna bring our knees to our chest. Rock back and forth. Now we could either go into the bridge pose again, or for those of you that want to take it into will, you can do that with me. Some of you might even be as advanced to take it into a will when you're in a will, is to bring up one of your legs. I'm not there yet either. So with will, you want to put your hands basically going back like this next to your shoulder blades. Same thing with your left. And you're going to inhale, and then on your exhale, you're going to push up with your feet and with your hands into a will. So here we go. Come back down if that's too much. Just go back up into the bridge. If you're in will, take one more breath. And then join us here in the bridge. All right, so slowly roll down. And then we're gonna go into that reclining bound angle. So I just want you to put the pads of your feet together. If you wanna take your blocks, you can go ahead and put them under your legs. Just to kind of give yourself that additional cushion if you can't put your legs all the way on the ground. And then we're going to place our hand on our heart chakra, and then our hand in our solar plex, left hand. And we're just going to breathe. And from here, we're gonna go ahead and take our knees into our chest. Squeeze, breathe. And then from here, we're gonna go ahead and put our left leg down. I want you to squeeze your right leg. Rotate your ankle outwards. Go inwards the other direction. Just bringing those joints down in your ankles. From here, you're gonna lift up your leg, knee to your nose if you can. If not, just wherever you can touch. If you wanna grab your feet. You're gonna bend your knee, and you're gonna go ahead and do a twist. Get all my props out of the way. Then when you're in this twist, I want your shoulder blades to be both touching the ground. And I want you to look over to your right and just breathe. These twists are great for your digestion. So if you have to run to the bathroom in about 30 minutes, just be prepared. Right, from here, we're going to go back into putting our knees to our chest, squeeze, and then this time our right leg is going to go down. We're going to squeeze our left knee into our chest. We're going to rotate our ankles out just to get the fluid Running through those joints. We're going to go to the inside. And from here, we're going to go straight up with our leg. You can be here if you want. You could be here. Or if you want to grab your foot and pull it closer. From here, we're going to bend our leg. Move my props again. We're going to come over. Keep our shoulders on the ground. Look to your left. And then from here, we're going to do either. You can take the block underneath, and you can just go ahead and do your legs up, because this is just kind of like an inversion. And we're going to breathe here. If some of you want to go into a forehand stand, a headstand, a handstand, whatever you'd like to do during this time. Or if you just want to stay right here, I'm going to go into a handstand with my handstand device that I always use. Because I'm a little older and I don't really like to do handstands on my head or my wrist. I really like this device because it takes all the pressure off of those areas. We got variations of handstands where we can just be just like this. We can go into a scorpion. Go back up, bring our legs out. Bring them in front. You can bring them cross-legged. Go back up, come into a split. Change sides. Come back up into that full handstand. Just a couple more breaths here. Everybody that's in a handstand, I want you to gently come back down and go back into your seated inversion with the block under your thumb. Just go down so you guys can see me. Just a couple more breaths here. We're going to put our feet back down on the ground. We're going to remove the block while we're engaging our core. And then from here, we're going to go into happy baby. And if you don't feel comfortable in a happy baby, you can either do any stretches where you feel like your body needs it, or you can just start your shavasana now. So happy baby, you're going to hold on to the bottom of your feet. And I like to sway back and forth just to give my back a little bit of massage. Keep breathing here. Your legs go back up. Your palms go to the sides. And just slowly, we're going to lower our feet down, engage our core. Oh, and all of you, I want you to get comfortable. Splay your feet out. You can leave your hands to the sides. You can put your hand on your heart, your solar plexus. I'm just going to leave my hands to my side today. I want you to close your eyes. I I want you to focus on your breathing, just your natural breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, exhale, just to start slowing our body down into the calm state. I still want you to focus on a blue or a white light. It doesn't matter, it's just your preference, whichever color. I'm going to focus on a blue. And every time your mind starts to wander, I just want you to take a deep breath. And then to get you back on track. So I'm going to start the meditation now. So on your exhale, I want you to focus on the crown of your head. And just notice the crown of your head. Notice the energy in your brain. Notice energy in your third eye center. Check in with your body in those areas. If there's any tension, any pain. And now we're going to move down to the throat. So when you breathe in, I want you to breathe out using your throat. You're exhaling out all the negative energy. Inhaling all of the energy from the universe and around you. And exhale out from your throat again. Then we're going to move our breath down to our heart. Feel your heart beating. Breathe into your heart. Do a check with your heart. Even though I know we feel with our brain, some of us still feel like we feel with our heart. If you still have a high heart rate, I just want you to stay right here and keep breathing until your heart rate comes down. Now we're going to move our breath into our abdominal area. When we breathe in, we're going to inflate our abdominal diaphragm and exhale. Inhale. Really focus on that diaphragm. Exhale. Let it all out. Inhale. Exhale. Check in with your stomach. Sometimes when we're stressed, it throws our digestive system off track. Just put your energy there. One more breath. Make sure you raise the diaphragm on the inhale. And then exhale. Sucking your stomach back in. We're going to move the breath down to our quads. So inhale. Exhale the breath to your quads. I kind of want you just to tense them a little bit when you inhale. Exhale. Let the tension go in your quads. Inhale. Exhale that tension. Inhale. Exhale that tension. Quads are really strong. They carry us throughout the day. They take us upstairs. One more inhale. And then exhale. Just let everything release. I want you to inhale, and we're going to move down to our calves. Exhale that breath. Inhale. Coming from your calves. Exhale the negative tension from your calves. And try to release that tension. Inhale. Exhale. It's almost like you just melt deeper into the mat on those exhales to relieve all that tension. One more inhale. And exhale your breath. And we're going to move it down to our feet. So we're going to inhale. Exhale. We're going to rotate our ankles. Just really focusing on those ankle joints. We used them a lot in stability today. Go the opposite way. And you're going to inhale and you're going to exhale and send that breath down to your toes. To your big toe first, and if you can, just move both of your big toes. We're going to inhale, move the breath to your second toe. Try to move that if you can. Inhale. Breath goes to your third toe. Inhale again. Breath goes to your fourth toe. Inhale again. Breath goes to our little toe. And we're going to inhale. Bring that breath all the way back up to our shoulder blades. Inhale, exhale, shoulders back into the mat. Inhale. Check in to see if you have any tension there. We did a lot of chaturangas today. So your shoulders could be sore tomorrow. Inhale, and we're going to exhale the energy into our biceps. Just feel those strong biceps that we have. We're going to exhale, breath down into our forearms. Inhale. Release all the tension in your upper body and your forearms. We're going to inhale down into the palms of our hands. Exhale that breath into the palms of your hands. Inhale and focus on the palms of your hands. Exhale. Check in with your hands. How are they feeling today? We use our hands for everything. We used our hands and our wrists a lot during this practice. If you'd like to go ahead and lift your hands up, just go ahead and rotate your wrist inwards while you're inhaling and exhaling. You might hear some pops and cracks. It's totally okay. We're going to go the opposite way. Same thing while we're inhaling and exhaling. Go ahead and put our palms back down. We're going to inhale and exhale the energy into our thumbs. Do circles with your thumbs, inward and outward. We're going to move that breath into our index finger. I want you to tap your index finger to your thumbs. Inhale, tap, exhale, release. Inhale, tap, exhale, release. We're going to inhale our middle finger to our thumb. Exhale, release. Inhale that middle finger again. Exhale, release. Then we're going to our ring fingers. We're going to inhale our ring fingers. Touch our thumbs. Exhale. Inhale to our thumbs again with the ring finger. Exhale. Inhale through our pinkies. Exhale. Inhale through our pinkies. Exhale. And now that since we've went through our whole body, I just want you to relax completely. I want you to do some inhaling and exhaling and just scan from your head to your feet. And then from your feet back to your head with your breath. Back down to your feet. Inhale back to your head. Just checking in with your body to see where you had any tension or pain when we were going through that meditation practice. I just want you to continue to breathe here and still focus on that blue light. We got 5 more breaths here. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. I want you to roll over to your right or left side in the fetal position. I'm going to go to my left side. Couple breaths here. Just sink into your mats. And we're going to come back into an easy pose on our next inhale. Your head should be the last thing that's sitting up. We're going to go back into an easy pose. And then we're just going to start the class where we started. So I want you guys to take your middle fingers to your big thumbs and close your eyes. Just breathe naturally. And while you breathe naturally, I'm just going to play the panda drum again. So we can just calm our mind through sound like we did at the beginning of the class. And this one's going to be a little shorter for about just a minute. I'd like you to open up your eyes and do one more breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center. With grace and gratitude, thank yourself for your practice and showing up today. Namaste. If you liked this workout series, please comment below, subscribe, share. Any comment that you want to post if you have any questions. I'd love to hear from you. Hopefully you had a wonderful session with me. I'll see you next time.